You ever get that pit in your stomach? Like some dumb drama is about to blow up bigger than it should. That was me, staring at the wreck of what used to be my mailbox. Again. Splintered wood, bent metal, and envelopes tossed into the ditch like party streamers. Before we get too deep, drop a comment with your country. Let's see how far this tale makes it. My place sat on the edge of a sleepy subdivision, but sleepy stopped fitting once the HOA crowned its new watchdog, Milton Craig. He wasn't a cop, though he loved pretending. Reflective vest, radio at his hip, clipboard full of fake tickets. He strutted around like a budget sheriff with way too much time. First time my mailbox got trashed, I chalked it up to chance. Maybe a delivery van clipped it, so I put in a normal post and box. 2 weeks later, same scene. Busted post, smashed door. That's when I started watching. Neighbors whispered Milton had it out for me, all because I pushed back on his petty HOA rules. He griped about my lawn height, even where I parked my truck. But going after my mailbox? That felt too ridiculous, even for him. By the third hit, I was done. Mailboxes fall under U.S. Code Title 18 Section 1705. Messing with one is a federal offense. I rang up the HOA president, and guess who showed at the meeting smirking at my cheap build? Milton. He joked that if I knew how to build right, it wouldn't keep breaking. That was my first solid hint. His old pickup carried a bent bumper with paint scuffs that looked suspiciously like mine. Could be random, but my gut said no. So I set a wildlife cam on the road, aimed dead at the box. If Milton wanted to keep his demolition streak going, I'd finally get proof. The footage came fast. At 6:14 a.m., with the neighborhood asleep, Milton's dented truck crept down my street. He veered just enough to slam the box. Wood flew, mail scattered, and he rolled off calm as ever. I actually laughed. This wannabe cop was openly committing a federal crime in daylight. At the next HOA meeting, I stood up and played the footage. "Here's Milton destroying my property," I told the board, phone in hand. Karen, the president, squirmed. She always defended him like a guard dog. Sure enough, she tried. "Maybe the video's unclear. Could be anyone." I paused and zoomed in. Milton's vanity plate, plain as day. Silence filled the room. He leaned back, arms crossed, smug as ever. That's when it clicked. The HOA would never hold him accountable. If I wanted payback, I had to outthink him. I researched reinforced mailboxes. County code said posts couldn't exceed 4 inches across and had to be breakaway friendly, but there was room to work. I got creative. Steel post hidden in brick, hollow enough to meet code, strong enough to stop a truck. On top, a heavy-duty locking box the manufacturer swore was indestructible. Neighbors peeked while I worked. "Upgrading?" one asked. I grinned, just making sure it stays up this round. When I was done, it looked like an ordinary, stylish brick mailbox. Nothing flashy. But underneath, it was a tank. I didn't wait long to test it. A week later, sipping my morning coffee, I heard it. Metal crunching against stone, tires squealing, and a man screaming in pain. I strolled out, mug in hand. Milton's pickup sat buried into my new mailbox, hood mangled, airbags popped, steam pouring like a signal flare. There he was, clutching his arm and cursing. I stood calmly on the lawn, sipping while Milton raged at his wreck. "What the hell did you put in that thing?" he shouted, spit flying. I lifted an eyebrow. "Built it to code. Can't fix your bad driving." Down the street came Karen, robe flapping, hair wild like a storm hit it. "This is unacceptable," she snapped. "You set a trap. It's entrapment. I'm reporting you for endangering the neighborhood." I almost laughed. Endangering? He's the one who kept smashing federal property. My phone was already recording, license plate bent, mailbox standing tall. Milton's meltdown on full display. Cops rolled up minutes later, 2 cruisers with lights flashing. One officer examined the mailbox and turned to me. "Did you reinforce this illegally?" "No, sir," I replied, handing over paperwork I'd printed weeks earlier. County Code 1408, breakaway post, under 4 inches, 100% compliant. Bought straight from an approved vendor, double-checked with Public Works. The officer nodded. "Looks legit." Karen jumped in, pointing like a banshee. "He's lying. That box is a weapon. He targeted Milton." If you're enjoying this HOA saga, hit like and subscribe, because it only gets juicier. The second officer turned to her. "Ma'am, the only crime here is mailbox destruction. That's a federal felony under Title 18, Section 1705. And crashing into it? That's on your buddy." Milton's face drained. Wait, a felony? Yes, the cop said. Up to 3 years in prison plus restitution. Karen froze, mouth open, while I took another sip of coffee, letting the silence sting. The officers cuffed Milton on the spot, reading his rights while neighbors filmed from their porches. Karen tried to object, but no one paid her mind. A tow truck hauled Milton's wreck away, and the officer handed me his card. If the HOA hassles you, call me. You've followed every rule. I nodded. Appreciate it, officer. Funny thing about bullies, sooner or later, the law hits harder. That morning, Milton and Karen both learned what happens when karma shows up wearing a badge.